Delegating work and responsibilities. How to do it and why to do it. Number one, you obviously can't do everything alone, and there's a reason why you have a team. Allow your team to contribute, to feel needed, to feel empowered, to be welcomed as part of that unit. Because if you're consistently micromanaging everything and doing everything, that means you don't trust them, which I'm sure is not the case. Because if you selected them and you picked them and you trained them, you made them aware of policies, procedures, and any other functional training that they have to go through, you obviously have a great deal of trust in them. So demonstrate that, right? Then again, it is very important to relinquish power and control and to believe that you must do everything yourself, because you don't and you can't. That's why you have different people, different skill sets on your team who can contribute in a different way. You need to ask them to do tasks, and then when you do that, you provide them details, an overview, outline, what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, what's the expected outcome or result, and provide them with a timeline or a due date. So you give them structure as to what needs to be done and how. And the more you work with people and you really build these great, awesome teams, the less hands-on involvement in coaching will you need in certain delegations. I'm lucky and fortunate enough to work with individuals where, not some of the newer ones because they're still being trained, but overall some of the folks that I've been working with for years, I just ask them, the following thing needs to be done, and that's it, I'm out of it. They know what needs to be done, how it needs to be done, by when it needs to be done. And they also know that I'm always available for any question, feedback, follow-up, clarification, anything that they might need to ask, I'm here. My door's open. Any of my phones, emails, short of smoke signals and carrier pigeons, you can get a hold of me. So I'm always available to clarify anything that's not clear, they're not unsure how to do. I would always rather have somebody ask me questions than go out there, do something incorrectly, cause more harm, more issues, more problems for the clients, than to pause for a minute, ask me a question, ask somebody else a question, and move forward. And then finally, you hold people accountable for their work. Your staff, your team is accountable to you for performance, and if there are any issues, you obviously do that privately. If they do a great job, you praise them publicly. But ultimately, for the quality and performance of your team or any work that comes out of your team is your responsibility as a leader of that team. So claim ownership, take responsibility for the overall performance, but delegate tasks. Delegate certain things so that you can focus on responsibilities where you are most needed. Whether it's a little bit of leading, coaching, managing, overview, research, whatever it might be, right? Everybody has their role to play within a team, and each of the roles is equally important, because if someone doesn't do their job, then the next person can't do theirs, and so on. The chain falls apart. So trust your employees, trust your staff, delegate, provide them details, information, be available for feedback, and hold people accountable for what they do or what they don't do.